and it was so good.
Yes.
But I
Oh.
think I gained like 5 pounds in the last 2 days.
Well, for you, you're fine because you work out on a regular basis, so you'll
I
be
took
okay.
out I took out 4 cars out of this parking space today.
Oh my god.
Bad start to Monday. Rough start to a Monday when the animation won't even roll right. It's 7:30 though on this Monday. That means it's time to find out if you like it or not, regardless of what that animation tried to say. I'm producer Chris. Tonight, we are talking about the big dig out after Sunday's snow and ice. We're also talking about the Super Bowl countdown, Sydney Sweeney's bra, and whether or not human resources is necessary, whether or not it's time to get rid of it. So, if you are warm in your home and want to share some hot takes, let's talk about how you can join us live. You're taking a look at the graphic. We're streaming, so there are a lot of different ways to do it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can leave some comments in the chat. We'll read those coming up a little later. If you're watching on the Fox Local app on your connected TV, you can make it a two-screen experience. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code. It'll bring you right in. And I know a lot of you are watching Fox Local this weekend, so hopefully we can keep that momentum going. If you're watching on our website, fox5dc.com, or you're watching the mobile version of Fox Local, and you can't scan the QR code, I have it pinned to the top of my Instagram profile. You can just head over to Fox 5 producer Chris there. That's also where we normally stream live on TikTok. I also post it in our broadcast channel usually, or I post a story in there. You can check that out through Fox 5's Instagram channel. We'll check in with all our virtual co-hosts coming up here in just a second. We'll also say hello to our in-studio one. She's making her Do You Like It or Not debut. We are talking about the one and only Fox 5 anchor and reporter Julie Donaldson. She just did the 7 p.m. version of the show, and she has never done this before, so she might be running a little late because I don't think she knows that we just kind of go right into the next one. So when she shows up, we'll drag her in, kicking and screaming if that's what it takes. In the meantime, let's dive right in, and we are starting off with, of course, the story that we have been talking about for what feels like ever at this point. The snow, the ice, the big dig out was today all across the DMV. People were out shoveling sidewalks and clearing off their cars after Sunday's major snow and ice. But this story in particular is for anyone out there who has to park on the street, the ones who don't have garages or their own dedicated driveway. Because Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott is sharing his real feelings about a common habit of Baltimore residents. We're talking about saving your shoveled out parking space with a lawn chair. Take a listen.
We know there's a controversial practice that happens in every city across America, and that's where people shovel their spot and they put a chair in it. What you telling folks about that?
Ooh, good question.
Don't do it. If I see your chair, it's coming with me and going into the trash.
Mayor, I have a bone to pick with you about that. Julie Donaldson has made her way over to this streaming pod, as we call it here. Welcome. Congratulations. Do You Like It or Not debut. Thank you so much for joining us.
Right? I mean, I joined in on your Zoom. I don't feel like it was quite a few months ago at this point, but this is the first time I get to be with you. Thank you for the invite. It only took how many months before I finally get to be here in your presence?
Well, you were just out in the snow.
Yes, I was.
I know you're a Florida girl, so this ain't really your thing. But this idea of using like a lawn chair or a trash can to save the spot on the street that you broke your back to shovel out. Do you like that or not? And do you agree with the mayor?
First off, I'd never heard of this before, but I get people trying to like mark their territory, but I don't like it. You dig it out, sure, you do have to do the hard work, but that just comes with a snowstorm. That comes as part of it. Who knows if you're actually returning to that spot or not? It could sit there forever unused. And if somebody went through all that hard work, I'm going to say, look, I appreciate it. I'm going to pull right in.
Okay, so growing up in the suburbs of South Philadelphia, this was 100% a thing. 100% a thing. You dug it out, you put a chair there, and when you came home, you pulled right into that exact same spot. It was bad form if you moved that chair and took someone's spot. I know that Melissa is from those mean streets of the Bronx. Was that a thing there? And do you agree with the mayor of Baltimore that you should not do it?
We do not play that in New York. I'm sorry. Unless you have a private home, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I will take that cone, that shovel, whatever you have in that space, and we will take it out. I'm sorry. I don't care how long it took you, but if it's on a public street, you cannot designate yourself a space for you to come back and assure that that space is still available. No, we don't play that. Hell no.
My house. You're still saying no, Melissa? Even if that spot is directly in front of my house, it's where I park my car every single day when I come home.
It's a public street. Hell no. Hell no.
I like it. I'm with that. I just think, plus maybe I'll go out there and be generous and say, okay, if there's somebody else shoveled in, I might help them get out. Or stuck in, I might help shovel them out.
That's fair too. Spreading the wealth a little bit. Allison's in the Zoom room tonight. Allison, thank you so much for joining us. Allison, you survived the snowstorm, clearly. Did you have all your snacks, your rations? Stay warm?
Oh, I had a lot of food. I've been eating more than I need to, but I'm also working out like I need to, so it's okay.
All right. Do you like the idea of saving a spot that you've shoveled out?
It just depends on what type of neighborhood and what type of access is there. Because like you said, if it's right in front of your house where you always are and the neighbors know that that's your spot where you are and you spent the time to be out there shoveling it, then of course, respect that person if they want to make their little private reservation. But if it's in a big open area, it just depends to me on the type of neighborhood. You know where you should and shouldn't be doing stuff like that,
I agree with that. And I think it is too. Like, if I knew that was always your spot, out of respect, I'd be like, nope, you did that. And, I'm like, that is yours. But if it's where cars are constantly switching over that area, then I think that's a little bit more fair game.
I agree with that. When I lived at 9th and U, I think it would be a hard sell to try to reserve a spot because every single day was every man for himself looking for a parking spot in that neighborhood. So that would be a little bit more complicated, I think. All right, if you weren't glued to Fox Local yesterday watching snow coverage, you may have been watching the AFC and NFC championship games, which means Super Bowl 60 will be a matchup between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks, whether you like it or not. But you have to wait for 2 weeks. Just a reminder, that's the worst weekend in sports when you've got to wait. In the meantime, though, you can enjoy the Pro Bowl, right? Right, Julie?
Yeah, the Pro Bowl.
This
Let's
year,
play
the
tug of war.
flag football fiasco isn't even on the Sunday before the big game like it used to be. It's next Tuesday night instead. And as you can see, it's the Pro Bowl games this year. In case you don't know, the NFL's All-Star Game is one of the lamest of all professional sports because no one wants to get hurt in a meaningless game. So, Julie, the Pro Bowl, is it pointless? Should they even bother having this still? And is it even an honor to be picked?
Yes, 100%. It is still an honor. That is still a badge of pride for those that play the game to be able to, even if you're just an alternate, to be able to say that you're a Pro Bowler, a repeat Pro Bowler. You want that nod. Now, the Pro Bowl games, I think they realized that they needed to adjust them. They need to catch up to the times. Watching the games, having been at a Pro Bowl where they're doing tug of war, they're going through obstacle courses, I found it totally fun and entertaining because it allows you to see a different side of your favorite player's personality that you might not have seen and how they work with each other. The game itself, that was just kind of boring. Even though they move it to flag, it doesn't tackle anymore. That I feel like they can just do away with.
Okay, so the one thing I like about it being flag football these days is, isn't flag football coming to the Olympics? I think this could be an opportunity to kind of see some other, stars out there and what that could look like when it comes time for those summer games. In the meantime, though, it really is just like...
Flag football is really growing in women's sports. It is becoming one of the fastest growing sports out there, and that women now can get in and play the game. That I love. NFL teams are getting behind this, so it's even growing exponentially with that, and I love seeing that aspect of it. I don't know how much the flag football game from the Pro Bowl really feeds into that, but that's one where it is. It's kind of like it's a douche. Like, who really wants to watch it? The guys, I don't know that they really want to play in it. They do. They don't want to get hurt. It's too high of a stakes these days.
I think the NFL honors the award show is more popular at this point than the Pro Bowl. Chad's in the Zoom room tonight. Chad, how'd you make out in the snow, buddy?
I haven't left the house since Friday afternoon. It's been great.
That's a good thing, right?
Yes, I made a comment that the gyms nowadays are owned by Gen Zs and millennials, so they close for weather. We never closed for weather back in the day.
Not like in our day.
Anyways, we were just discussing. We never know when the Pro Bowl is. We never watch it, so maybe we'll try this year. I don't know. We'll give it a shot. Tuesday night, you say?
Now you know.
Tuesday night. That's going to cut into our do you like it or not time, though.
No. You can always tune in after the fact.
Okay.
Giants gear on. So, hey, apologies. It wasn't exactly the season you were hoping for, nor was it for the rest of us in the NFC East. But do you like the Pro Bowl? Do you like All-Star games in general when it comes to pro sports?
No, hell no. I think it's a waste of time. I don't like it. If I want to watch flag football, I'll go watch some other, type of sport on another network. It's completely a waste of time. But congratulations to the Seahawks because I really wanted them to go to the Super Bowl. It's nice to see, other teams graduating to the next level. But I'm an NFL fanatic, but Pro Bowl to me is just a waste of time. And if I want to go play flag football, I could do that with my brothers.
Okay, fair enough. Freddie's got his E. Go Birds, Freddie. Go Birds. Not
How's
on
it going, Chris and Julie Donaldson? What up?
Hey, what's up, Freddie?
I'm doing good. Great to see you. And also, Pro Bowl. I've heard of Pro Bowl. Not interested. I'd rather just watch the real Super Bowl.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, you got a couple weeks to go. Do you like this?
And also, great to see you, Julie.
Oh, I mean, it's hard for me to root for. I got to cover the Patriots, but for a while they had such a reign there, right, with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, and many people thought that they could never get back there with those two gone. I love Matt Vrabel, what he's doing. He, like winning Super Bowls with them as a player, being so defensively stout. Now he's got that team playing some of the best defense out there. He's doing it with a very young quarterback, only one the second youngest to play in a Super Bowl, Drake May. So I love the storylines of what the Patriots are doing for the Seahawks. I love their storyline too. I think Sam Bradley's been on 5 different teams at quarterback, washed up. Nobody wanted him, and here he is playing magnificent, getting the Seahawks to the Super Bowl. Another really stout defensive team. I think the storylines are great for this. It's a matchup of quite a few years ago. I don't remember exactly how many years ago they played there as well.
About a decade or something.
But I think it's going to be great. And all the games leading up to this point, for the most part, have been like high drama. They've been really intense. It comes down to the final few plays, who gets that last stop, and that's what you want when you get to the Super Bowl.
Second half of the Patriots-Denver game yesterday when the snow moved in.
Now, I feel like that's kind of a cop-out because Denver didn't have their quarterback. And I think that's just a gut-wrenching game for Denver, but it was still a great game in the snow.
No question. I love the fact that we got a snow game. I'm just glad that we have a bi-coastal. At least we have one team from each coast, and it gives, at least theoretically, something. All right, let's stick with sports since that's your area of expertise. This time we're talking college, though, because your favorite college team's uniform might look a little different next season. The NCAA unearthed another revenue stream when Division I leaders approved patches for uniforms in a move that could generate millions to fund athletic departments. Beginning in August, teams can place up to 2 patches of no more than 4 square inches on uniforms for regular season games. Sports Business Journal reports that research has shown college football and basketball could earn between $500,000 and $12 million for these patches. So, Julie, ads on jerseys in college.
I'm okay for it because this is just where the game is going. And to be a competitive school, you have to have all the bells and whistles. You have to have great facilities. You have to be able to pay the players nowadays with the NIL agreement. So there is so much more that goes into this game than just what we used to know it as old conferences where you play them in your region. It's grown so much. And to be able to have that competitive advantage, you have to have the cash for it. This is a way to do that. Although I am still a little concerned, the smaller schools are going to get smaller deals. The bigger schools are going to get the bigger deals. So does this even the playing field a little bit more, or does it make it wider of a challenge between the two of them? I think that's the biggest thing. And how far are we going to go? You've got 2 patches of a certain size, but soon are we going to be just billboards? More than likely that'll be the case.
Tim and I were joking earlier. We said it's going to turn into basically like a NASCAR jumpsuit, and the helmet's going to be branded with.
But NASCAR is some big money. I will tell you that is some big money.
Wonder Bread. Ricky Bobby. All right, Allison, do you like the idea of advertising on jerseys? I mean, a lot of teams already do it. A lot of the pro teams already do it.
Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with it. I would think they should only have maybe one, just have like one particular, company to be representing by the team. You don't need a whole bunch. Like you said, you don't need a whole billboard of a whole bunch of different teams, but that's definitely good marketing and good advertising.
Okay, but now here's my question. Do you have to accept anyone who's willing to advertise? Let's say Preparation H wants to sponsor your team, for example.
How much do they pay?
You have to have Emerald
How much do they pay?
all over your jersey and be like isn't that going to make you, pun intended, the butt of the joke in the league?
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if it's feminine hygiene products. It's like Julie said, it's all about the coin. That's what it's about.
Have you watched Running Point with Kate Hudson on Netflix? That's actually a storyline in the show.
I did. I love that show.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're putting parameters on this. You know, and another thing too, you probably don't want like casinos being advertising on the NCAA. You know, yeah, you know, you probably want to limit that. Although I don't know whether that's a rule or not, but I would think that that should be.
Chad, do you like this rule or not?
Yeah, you stole my thunder. I was going to say brought to you by DraftKings. Is that what's going on here? I'm not much into college football. We watched it more recently this year. It's quite the production. I didn't realize they had all the same like instant replays and the little line. So I guess all the production goes into it.
I was like, what are you, under a rock? He's locked in his house. That's what he's doing.
It's true. She doesn't let me leave. Help. Send help. And cheeseburgers.
Send help cheeseburgers. All right, Chad doesn't really into college football. He's not really into college football. Maybe he's into Sydney Sweeney because the actress is in a little bit of a hot water for her most recent stunt. She climbed up the iconic Hollywood sign and laced it with brassieres, bras. Apparently, it was to promote the launch of her new lingerie line. Sweeney may have admired her handiwork after the stunt was finished, but she now may be facing charges of trespassing and vandalism. Though she had a permit to film at the sign, she did not get the required permission to touch the Hollywood sign from the company that owns it. So now this is drama because it's Sydney Sweeney, and Sydney Sweeney is clickbait, no matter what. But do you think she deserves any sort of punishment, or is this all just harmless fun?
I want to say it's harmless fun, but I guess it's where's that line? If she can go there and hang something on the sign and climb it, you know, who is to say that I'm not going to go up there and do something and then get hurt and then sue the company for that? It becomes just a fine line. That's why those laws and those rules are in place that you can't go do this. Now, I would never have known she had a brassiere company if we weren't talking about this and if she wasn't potentially in hot water. So this is actually some marketing genius by her, which we already know she seems to be the queen of, right?
Yeah, and no question at all there. I agree with that. Melissa, you're shaking your head. I don't know whether that means you agree or disagree.
I'm going to say this with all due respect, okay? As a person who still has boobs after having, suffered from breast cancer, you 28 years old. That is clickbait like there's no tomorrow. What you should have done is you could have taken those bras to a homeless shelter and helped some women out, with these bras, rather than climbing up there, spending money, and doing something that you had no permission to do. Yes, fine her, if it's a criminal offense, do it. Because anybody nowadays does anything to try to sell a product. Do it the right way. Go to a homeless shelter. Go to a domestic violence unit. Go somewhere where women are actually going to appreciate these things and where people are going to look at you and be like, you know what? That's what's up. She did that. I'm going to support her. But again, she's 28 years old, being stupid. She thinks that because she's rich and famous that she could get away with that. No, I'm sorry. Throw the book at her. Hell no.
I don't disagree with anything she just said there. I think all of those are great points. Yeah. And I wouldn't want to cross her either.
No, not at all. And you know who would never? Rihanna and her Fenty line. She would never. All right, let's move on. A blunt tweet reigniting corporate America's long-running tension with human resources. And apparently it has struck a nerve on social media. Workforce strategist Amanda Goodall went viral after calling HR, quote, completely useless. She argues the department generates no revenue, kills morale with endless policies, and protects companies, not employees. Her hottest take is to cut 90% of HR tomorrow, and she says businesses would run smoother, faster, and happier. Now, the backlash, immediate. HR professionals were quick to push back, arguing that their role goes far beyond paperwork and policies. Some warned that gutting HR would actually expose businesses to lawsuits, chaos, and unchecked leadership decisions. Now, Julie, let's pretend HR is not watching. Cutting HR, do you like it?
No, I want to get your opinion because I'm the one I'm freelance right here. Mm-hmm. They have not hired me full time, so I don't want, I feel like this is some temporary, like there's some waters I'm afraid to dip my toe into. You've been here for a long time. You've probably been through a lot of different HR experiences.
I think I've about 2.
Okay.
Total.
But I mean, different HR people have been in that chair probably.
Sure, and I had about 2 interactions with them.
Okay.
At all over that entire course, and one of them was just to get paternity leave, which I just took like
There you go.
a
Worked on
week
your
or
behalf.
so ago. So yeah, I literally have had so few interactions with it that when I've had to go find the office. I don't even know where it is. So from that standpoint, I can understand how some people can look at it as a salary, and you might wonder, why are they here? What are they doing? Other people, it can be a huge resource for. That's why it's called human resources. And, I can't necessarily say that just because I haven't had any personal, because it hasn't affected me, doesn't mean it doesn't
I think
affect
a lot of people have trust issues when it comes to that, because if you've got an issue and you go to HR, you're hoping that it comes in confidence and you're hoping that it's going to get to a resolution of something that works on your behalf. And a lot of times I think people feel that they've been maybe betrayed by that a little bit. And then it becomes a conflict with the bosses, and maybe it creates more of a situation where you're trying to get out of. And HR, look, HR's job is to protect the company. I think that is what their job is, to make sure there's not the lawsuits, to make sure that all the laws are abided and the rules are applied and that the employees are adhering to that. I think that's where people come from. There's really not somebody that's advocating directly for the employee against the company should you come into that kind of a situation.
Unless you've got a union rep. David, the idea of slashing HR, getting rid of it, do you like it or not?
Generally don't like it. I can understand the person's frustration, but I'll tell you that a good HR section is worth its weight in gold. If they're efficient, if they're processing your pay changes, your promotions, your hiring, your firings. Yes, they do a bit of bureaucracy in covering doing CYA for the company, and a lot of them start getting lazy. But an HR section done right is good. Cutting it is as bad as Chad discussing Laura's sexual behavior and habits.
Yeah, I do think cutting it will result in more problems than it being there.
I don't disagree with that. And I'm sure there's a lot of startups out there where employees have gotten hired. They don't necessarily have that HR department and end up feeling maybe taken a little advantage of. All right, keep the comments coming on all the stories we've talked about so far, but not necessarily Chad and Laura's sex life, like David said. Coming up next, a Girl Scout cookie controversy. Girl Scout?
No, was not. I was a brownie.
Okay.
I never crossed the Rainbow Bridge.
We'll talk about it on the other side of the break.
How you guys doing tonight? You guys doing good?
Get rid of HR. Get rid of them.
Was that payback, David?
That's payback. How you doing, Chad? How you doing, Laura? What's up?
She's covering herself in a blanket right now.
Laura, call HR on David.
Yeah. Can we call HR on David?
They are not your friends.
Sorry that you're collateral damage in there. But Chad fired the shots. I gotta shoot back at him.
That's true.
They are not your friends. They've always been my enemies no matter where I go. I don't care what you do. You could do the most brightest things.
You guys doing good tonight? It's a lot of snow out there.
It is. Hey, Michael.
Yeah, I just walked to Whole Foods for the first time in 3 days. It was treacherous. It was treacherous.
I was going to say, was it dangerous?
Chad,
Did you
what's
think
up,
it
man?
was snow?
How much, ready?
Doing good? You guys doing good tonight?
We're good.
Doing good tonight? I gotta say, y'all, Julie Donaldson, man, she's amazing. I saw her last time.
Hey, did they say anything about Jim Loke and his visit Friday? Did they discuss that at all?
They didn't.
Okay.
No, but it was just so funny when they had Pretty Boy Jim when they had cracking up. That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
And he didn't see it till afterwards.
Pretty Boy Jim.
Hey, David, guess who's here?
Who's here? Laura, Freddie.
How you doing?
Fedora Freddy. Okay.
Fedora Freddy. What's up, Freddie?
Right.
Hey, you guys, you know what's fun? What's even funnier? I'm calling Allison on Saturday night, and I'm like, what's going on with the show? Why isn't anybody on?
On Saturday. I was like, girl. It's Saturday.
I think it was my way of escaping because I was out with the boys having a drink. Everybody was out hanging out on Saturday like it was nothing. It was hilarious. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
Out on this Monday night alongside Julie Donaldson, West Virginia Ben. Thank you for all the comments in the YouTube chat. We will check those coming up at the end of the show. But in the meantime, we do want to power on and we do want to talk about that Girl Scout cookie controversy. We know she never became a full-fledged Girl Scout. She got stuck as a brownie. However, Girl Scout cookie season is in full swing, apparently. And how kids sell cookies has changed over the years. Not a shock. I don't think anyone's surprised by that. But one woman is calling it out. Parents of Girl Scouts know these days Scouts often get some help from not only mom and dad, but also social media. Now, this woman argues parents posting sales links on their social media pages or even going into the office to sell them for their kids defeats the purpose of teaching kids responsibility. Instead, she recalls her own experience of personally asking people to buy cookies, saying it built confidence and communication skills. While Girl Scouts now use websites for sales, critics say it still shifts the work to parents, and this is sparking a discussion online. So, Julie, getting mom or dad and social media to help you sell cookies. Do you like this or not, or do you think it needs to go back to the days of knocking on doors? And can we even really do that anymore?
That's what I was wondering, how safe is it? And I guess it depends on the neighborhood to go around and knock on doors like you used to back in the day, and try to meet your number of how many Girl Scout cookies you sold. But this is just the evolution of it. And moms, like, I called my mom, and no, I never sold them, but she said she was very active, and my sister that did it in trying to sell them. So this is not a new phenomenon for moms to get in and help their children and help push Girl Scout cookies wherever they can in the workplace, where it becomes a hindrance is like, you sell them to me, Jim tries to sell them to me, somebody else sells them to me, Marina sells them to me, Angie sells them to me, and now I, as a colleague, feel guilty wanting or feeling like I have to buy Girl Scout cookies from all 5 of you, and that becomes, I think, a thing. And so now it's just another way for someone to reach out to you and for you to try and find a way to politely decline. I'm the one that I'd rather just give you the money. I don't need all the cookies, right? We don't need to get all that. But donate the money, and that goes more directly to
disagree. I've never said no to a do-si-do.
But the problem is if you're buying them from 5 different people, you've got 20 boxes of cookies.
And we did used to have that problem here at Fox 5 when we had some parents with Girl Scouts in the newsroom. Allison, do you have all boys or do you have any girls?
I have one girl and the rest boys.
And were ever a Girl Scout? And did you ever get roped into selling cookies?
No, they were not, thank God, didn't have to go through this. But my take on this whole situation is it depends on the lesson that you're trying to teach the child. Now, if the goal is I want to sell as many cookies as I can, then yeah, go ahead and get your parents to go on social media. But if the goal is you want that child to engage more and have more social interaction, then go ahead and make the child work for it. It just depends on what the goal is.
That's a great point, for sure, because sometimes just that act of going up to a stranger and approaching them can be a lesson in and of itself.
We see a lot of that at the grocery stores, right? And I always feel guilty because I'm like, oh, I want to walk through the entrance where they're not at the front because I don't want to have to decline a cute little girl that's trying to sell me cookies. Because you feel bad saying no to a child that comes up and asks you, where it's easier to say no to the parent that's asking you. But I do think it teaches somebody, like, it teaches them business skills, it teaches them to step outside themselves, it teaches them rejection as well. So, I mean, I love the point that she brought up there.
I also love the fact that sometimes they get you because you're like, you used to be able to be like, oh, I don't have any cash, and now
On
they're
the
like,
way
that's
out.
fine, you got a QR code right here you
yeah.
can scan and you can just pay for it that way. All right, we're gonna move on to our last story. Valentine's Day, a little over 3 weeks away, and if you don't have plans, consider this: a nice date night at Waffle House. They are now accepting reservations for the Day of Love, which is just a few weeks away. It's actually the only day people can call in advance to book a table at Waffle House. More than 218 of its locations will transform into a romantic night for 2. You can make a reservation on the Waffle House website or by calling. They're serving up a Valentine's Day themed menu along with the regular menu. So, Julie, are you a Waffle House fan to begin with, A? And B, would you be okay with a romantic date night reservation at one?
Do you really need to ask me that question?
I knew the answer. I actually joked with Jim that I already knew she was going to say no to this one.
No! What are we doing? It's Valentine's Day. You're going to put like a heart cloth over a picnic table and say this is romantic, and let's have some fried eggs and some hash browns smothered with like onions and cheese and say this is no. Look, I'm all for them doing the marketing, and I'm all for them trying to make a day special, and maybe there are some people out there where this is for them, but no, for me, it's not going to happen. But I'm not a girl that probably goes to Waffle House to begin with. And you know what? On my Valentine's Day, there better be a nice glass of wine or some champagne or a mimosa, something.
Yeah, I agree with that part, at least. I've never even been to a Waffle House. Chad and Laura, Valentine's Day plans? I know you guys kind of eschew, the traditional. But do you guys like the idea of doing it at a Waffle House?
Well, I guess since you called it out, knowing that she's never gone, I guess this kind of spoils the surprise. I did make reservations for Laura and I to go at the Waffle House. Hey, surprise!
Oh, woo.
She doesn't seem too. She doesn't seem too excited.
She's like, okay, so that's breakfast. Where's dinner?
No, I mean, I like it. I went there once. She's never been.
I've never been.
Yeah.
I'd like to go.
Yeah.
I've never been either, and I honestly do have sort of a little bit of a perverse curiosity of what it's like. I've only ever been to like an IHOP. Well, Chad, congratulations. Disappointing Laura once again. Julie, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, glad to be
Like it
here.
or not, you're
We'll see if
welcome
I
back.
get. We'll see if I get invited back.
Anytime. Fox 5 News at 8 coming up next. No Live Zone prime time tonight. We have a special coming up at 9 o'clock for producer Jim. I'm producer Chris. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take care, y'all.
Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Good night, guys.
See y'all.
Bye. Okay, so the reason why I wasn't standing up, I was doing the Fox 5 Do You Like It or Not? And, you know, it's live. So, you know, yeah. That was the reason why I wasn't standing up. I normally don't go on lives on my regular page. I do have a foot page. And that's where I do a lot of foot content. More kind of adult content because, you know, if any little stupid thing, you get flagged. But I post my feet online. So, yeah. So that's why I didn't get up. That's why I didn't stand up. That's why I didn't stand up. I am a New York Giants fan. Okay? New York Giants fan. I would be on my live on TikTok, Real.raw.Fitness, the same thing, except that it's double dots in between the letters. But yeah. You would think out of 4,000 people that follow me on this page that I would have had at least 1,000 people. Where's everybody at? Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes. I gotta check to see if my neighbor's home. Hold on. Not yet. So yeah, so that's, thank you. I appreciate it. Where's everybody watching me from? What went too fast? Baltimore. Puerto Rico. Where in Puerto Rico? And where in Baltimore, Kevin?
Regulators. We regulate any stealing of this property.
Yes, I'm New York all the way. So I am a New York Giants fan, and but I live in Maryland. I know Baltimore, but where in Baltimore? You know, I'm like 20 minutes from Baltimore. You guys should go follow my foot page. I got pretty feet. Motorboat. What is that? I hear neighbors coming in and out. No, I am not. I'm not Italian. West Baltimore. Okay. Then you go get some, Brad. Go get some. Hi, Darcy. What's the link? Oh, my name on YouTube for my foot page is Lil dot feet dot dom, DOM. So little dot feet dot dom. And that's also on OnlyFans. Was scrolling and found me. Oh, okay, thank you. I just finished doing a news segment. I really don't come on live on my personal page. Hi Tino. Where are you watching me from? Yes, go and support my foot page. I'm not working right now and I'm trying to do a lot of feet content. I do FaceTimes, WhatsApps, and things like that. I'm in Maryland. I'm from the Bronx, born and raised, but I am in Maryland. Zimbabwe, Africa. What time is it over there? I know you're like 12 hours ahead or something like that. We're in Virginia. It's 3 a.m. Why are you awake? You better be working. You're probably older than you, Jonathan. A sufficient hello is fine. I wonder if you can block. Can you block people in here? California. What time is it in California? Like 5 o'clock? You're at a funeral at 3 a.m.? PG County. Oh, yeah, 3 hours away. Maryland. I know, right? All right, how do you... Let me see. I'm gonna put you on timeout. Oh, okay. You can put people on timeout on YouTube for making inappropriate comments. Yes. It says, it is, yeah, our culture conducts a funeral for 3 days. No, I know, but jeez. I'm much older than you, Jonathan. Much older. Yeah, I don't like it when people say anything inappropriate. That's just ridiculous. Like, why? I'm going to put people off my... No, it's not just a number. No, it's not. I used to think that, but it's not. Good night, sweetie. Oh, fala português? You can go follow me on my foot page, Lil Feet Dom, Lil.Feet.Dom, Lil.Feet.Dom, DOM. No, I'm not. I post stuff on, on my YouTube channel regarding feet. So let's say, for instance, people like greasy feet. I'll take my foot, right? And, do stuff like that. For people who have feet fetish, right? And I just do that, right? And rub my feet. Literally, that's what I do. Okay, if this is not for you, goodbye. Uh, Okay, goodbye. I'm not for everybody. Hello from Cuba. ¿Qué tal? I know I got pretty souls. Go follow my page. I'm on OnlyFans too for my feet. I'm not working at the moment, so I could use all the support I can get. Now I gotta grease the other one. So I'm giving you a preview of what I do on my other channel. See that? That's what I do. And just, do different things on my feet. Crinkle my feet, show you my soles and stuff like that. If I do YouTube live with my ventriloquist puppets, who would watch me? I don't know how that makes anything reference to what I'm talking about, but hello. Thank you. Where y'all watching me from? I gotta make some more tea. I can smell that scent from here. My wife has rough feet. I massage her almost every day. Good, good. That is sensual. Women love sensual stuff like that. What's for dinner? I haven't eaten dinner yet. And I know it's late, but I haven't eaten dinner yet. South Philly. Oh, I don't go to Philly. Hello, Brooklyn. Okay. I was born and raised in the Bronx. I see. I'm not too far from Baltimore. About 20 minutes. What part of North Carolina? Hey, go Ravens. Listen, I am an NFL fanatic. I watch everything. If the Ravens are playing, I go to their stadium. If the Commanders are playing, I go to their stadium. I love NFL. I'm good. I'm good. Qué rico. Greensboro. Oh, okay. Best county in the world up. Canada. Best county or country? How much do I sell what? My feet? My feet? It's not about the teams. This is who I represent. This is who I represent. However, I'll go to any NFL team. Okay, goodbye, John. My friend has 3 children in 3 different countries. What's some advice for them? I don't know because I don't have children in different countries. I don't know how that has to do with anything that's we talking about in here. I'm actually waiting for my neighbor to come home. I don't know sports that well, so that's why I asked the sports. Oh, okay. So Canada, best county. You mean country in the world? Sean McVay not going for a field goal. I know. Oh my God. Good night. Thank you. Somebody said, "Hey, can I just play with your nails?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And they did this for me. Cause I don't have money to get my nails done. They're a little messed up, but it's okay. You can't really tell. And plus, I need, I'm done to do content, I gotta, when you subscribe to the content, your feed gotta, match the colors, especially when when you're doing stuff like this and, they gotta match, which is what makes some type of money. So, yeah. I'm watching the Super Bowl, hopefully at my local sports bar. So go subscribe to my foot page if you have a foot fetish. I don't play no sports. I'm a fitness instructor. I play gym sports. Yeah, what do you mean? Why? My accent hasn't died down. I've been living in Maryland for about 30 years. All day I could tell. Nice chabs. What the hell is that? Oh, about the accent, yeah. I never understood the foot infatuation, but to each his own. Yeah, so, okay, so let me explain. Um, People are infatuated with feet. They like the wrinkles. Some men like the fact that there's no toe, hammer toes or scars or calluses and stuff like that. And literally they just want somebody to just look and rub. I smash food. Dudes be having their girls do that, getting rich. I wish I was getting rich because right now I'm not working. I am not working. So if I could make money from my feet pictures and my feet videos, I have amazing feet videos that I sell. So yeah. But yeah, when you smash stuff and when you go on the camera and you start doing all this and whatever, I don't know why, but it literally it sparks up things. So I don't know. To each his own. If I could put gas money in my car, I'm happy about it. I don't ask any questions. So I'm great. No, I do not speak Arabic. Yes, I do extras. People are different. It's all out in the open now. No, I literally, that's what I do. Feet content. Some people like to collect urine. Some people like to collect nail clippings. How can you get involved with what? I'm from England. What time is it over there? Lil Feet Dom. So LIL.feet.dom. I'm on OnlyFans and YouTube. Why does Anthony, how does that involve in the conversation? Why are you asking me about my religious, am I being interviewed? No, I'm not. I'm mixed, but no. Thank you. I try. I try. I try. I try. I am a fitness instructor. Yeah, toenail clippings, hair, when people brush their hair, ash, like if you take a scraper and go like this to your feet, they want to collect that. Worn out socks. Sorry, I gotta put some people on timeout. France, I'm buying. You're buying what? Foot pictures? I got foot pictures. Yeah. Go to my foot page, Lil Feet Dom, LILFEETDOM. For what? The OnlyFans subscription for Lil Feet Dom? Go on it. LIL.FEET.dom. Yeah, I know. I know. I had one guy who literally was saying, if you eat, can you take a laxative and can you show me you defecating? And I'm like, no. No, I'm not doing that. How much for what? Day. Good evening. Hello. I'm okay. It's funny because people want me to stand up and they want to see, the whole me. And I'm like, for what? I'm just a regular girl. Yep. I'm built right. I'm built right. I work out. I work out. I work out. So if you want to subscribe, please do. Lil Feet Dom. OnlyFans and YouTube. Yeah, I know. Rick, no, where? Where did this happen? And how does this have to involve in the conversation that we're having? No, I have seven and a half. 7.5. My feet are very small. Look. See? Very small. Some people do like big feet. That's too bad because I have thousands of people that come to my classes on a weekly basis. Yep. I like that. Pretends to pick something up from the floor. Should I drop something? Should I drop something? Hold on. I can do it. I can do it with the other one. Hold on. I can do it with the other one. There are men out there that like men feet, or women that like men with big feet. Listen, there's something for everybody. There's something for everybody. Yes, I can. Yeah, I can write. Don't call my feet big. Oh, sorry. Your 15 size shoe. There are people that love that. There's space for everything, man. All right, seems like my numbers are dying down, so go follow my foot page, Lil Feet Dom, LIL.Feet FEET.dom. Yeah, I have very strong feet. I can pick up a weight. I can pick up, yeah. I wish I was making money on it, but the word hasn't spread. Ever since my Instagram got knocked out, Meta does not allow me to get on Instagram or Facebook. So I really miss Facebook and Instagram. They said that it was human exploitation. You know how many women out here showing butt, you know, coochie, all kinds of stuff. At least my coochie is hidden. My you know what I'm saying? My butt is hidden. I don't, you know. But anyway. But appreciate that, Alex. Yeah, and TikTok has not been pushing my videos. I have not gotten any views. I have the same name on TikTok. All right, you guys, I'm about to log off because we ain't doing nothing in here. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't do any of that stuff, and I got flagged, and I couldn't appeal it or anything. It's true. Everybody got their own thing. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Go follow my foot page, lil.feet.dom. Do I do what? All right, I gotta go make some more tea. Appreciate it. Thank you, Alex. On OnlyFans, Lil Feet Dom, or on here? No, I'm old. I don't want no old school reggaeton. I want to listen to smooth jazz music. Oh, that's really cool. All right, gotta go, you guys. Have a good one. Thank you for keeping me company. Yeah, I don't want to listen to no reggaeton. Jazz. I'm too old. I don't want to listen to that mess right now. All right, have a good one. Bye.